Hey everybody, Dan here for Argo Comics, where we do not just publish independent comics, we support independent comics. We have our indie monster haul of indie comics to show you. I will say firsthand to please subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the bell for notifications, just so we can get ourselves up in the algorithm and get more exposure for these great indie books. I also have to mention at the top of the broadcast here that I do have a Kickstarter running for Thunder Zone Comics, which is my shared comics universe with other great indie creators. I'll put the link in the description below so you could check that out. We got 5 new releases, great books that have been coming out on my own. I have Nature Man #3, uh, and that's the continuation of the Stories of Nature Boy, which is a public domain character. And then I also have Big House Blues #2. Um, I put each of these out as a #1. They got picked up by Antarctic Press, and they had run them in Exciting Comics in chapters. So I kind of let them do their thing with that. And then I figured I would collect those chapters into the original form. I had them as full issues. And actually, Nature Man #3 might be delving into some of the material where we left off in Exciting Comics, because they have so many stories to rotate into over there. They have a number of indie superhero titles that have been rotating in that I don't think some of the material in that issue has made it into that yet. So you will have some new material to look at with Nature Man 3. But getting into our indie releases here, we have from Blue Moon, Diversions. Okay. And this has a J.W. Irwin cover. He's been in a lot of Diversions, which I've really enjoyed. I think his latest chapters involved a character named Brick. I think he's just doing the cover on this one, where we have Chris Malgrain doing the story. Yep. Plot, art creator, Steve Roman doing the script, Fred Grevald lettering, Jim Arden graphic design. So that's, this character that's on the J.W. Irwin cover. Kind of a very, say, John Byrne inspired art style. Really great stuff. It's his kind of science fiction superhero. And he does have a backup story in this issue, which I don't see the credits on. Nope. But there is a backup story in this book with, I guess, this phantom detective looking character. Okay, so that's Blue Moon Comics. That's number 13 of Diversions. Champions, oh, actually Coalition Comics. Champion Comics is one of the creators involved in Coalition Comics. We have Power Company Annual #1. Okay, it's a somewhat of an homage believe, to a Marvel cover. I think Avengers. Um, and this is, as I was mentioning with Thunderzone, this is a number of indie creators getting together, contributing a character, and then bringing those characters together. I see Kevin Miller's Super Termite over there. Thunderzone's own Ezekiel Azib has Meta showing up over here. Let's see, Tempest. So we have a lot of different creators. There's American Reverie from Champion Comics that I was mentioning before, Carlos Rafael. Eric N. Bennett's characters are in here as well. I think he's on the cover as well. That's a minor, I believe that is. Let's see. And yeah, this was a Kickstarter book. So some of those characters I showed you, I think, participated with backing. Yeah, so we have a number of stories in the annual, just like annuals used to have. Rodney Locke and Joe DeSantos. Okay, so he's Iron Gate Comics. He's involved here. Let's see. I think we have J.A. Jones, art writing, coloring, and lettering, doing a story in here. He has a great 3D kind of poser style to his work. I've had pieces done myself from him. We have a Thunder Woman story. Thunder Woman will actually be showing up in one of my books, The Thunder Guard, coming up. So there's a story by Dan Hoynes. Lines and Inks, J.C. Grand. Colors by Gilbert Monsanto. Letters by Francisco Zamora, who actually lettered The Thunder God. And Eric N. Bennett has a story back here with Ron Williams doing the art. Ron C. Williams, great artist. Again, another creator I've collaborated with, where he brings in, I guess, his version of the public domain Daredevil, which, because of Marvel's heavy usage of Daredevil, he's often renamed, and in this case, the Devil. So that'll be a good one to look into. And talking of Ron C. Williams, in Big Bang Adventures, I think this is his own creator-owned character, Amphibia Man. Okay, so as he's been doing stories with Big Bang, they apparently figured they would have him do his own creator-owned character, Amphibia Man, and I've had past and coming work from Ron. Great, great artist. he did actually the cover to Big House Blues #2, which is in the Kickstarter right now. So obviously an artist who I'm in favor of. I believe this is like an old copy of Amphibia that he put out during his time putting out the Marquee Models comic. Unit 0, I believe that was called. And we have another character back here, Markosia. Again, more Ron C. Williams art. Looks like more of a retro thing because it's more like flat colors, flatter color palette. Good looking stuff. Ron, great artist. See him here again on his cover here. Big Bang Adventures 24. Megaton. Okay. Character's been in publication for many years. Some might remember the Big Bang. Megaton rather. Megaton was its own label, I believe, with Megaton Explosion was a comic, I think, which debuted Youngblood. Had early Eric Larson Vanguard stories. So a lot of good stuff. Ron does a great work in here. Definitely worth looking up. Most of these books are from Indie Planet. So those last three Indie Planet. Where I also have my own Argo comics. Which, as opposed to Thunderzone comics, where I have a number of creators, Argo comics are just all my own creations. Exciting Comics 43. Okay, Antarctic Press. Black Terror, that is. Dynamite used him as well. He's a public domain character. So we have Black Terror and that is script Michael Norwitz, art and letters Anne Celestio. Fat Girl, created and written by John Rhodes, line art Evan Quering of Jersey City Devil, and an upcoming Big House Blues cover for myself as well. Colors Lonnie Webb. All right, so Black Terror. I flipped through this before. It kind of looks like it has like the Black Terror family, or the Black Terror core, because they're all like kind of different takes on Black Terror. And Evan doing the Fat Girl chapter. So this panel over here looked to me like a remind me of the cover of Love and Rockets #1. Maybe it's a kind of a tribute panel to that. But Evan does great work. See here. Very cool style. And yeah, looks like Fat Girl herself. Looks like a pretty cool design. So I'll look forward to reading this. Antarctic Press. That's a general release. Let's see. Okay, JJ Comics, they call it Marvelous #3. Mally Simpsons, they call them Marvelous. I have 1 and 2, I believe off Kickstarter. This, I believe, was from Indie Planet. Okay, penciled by David Jackson, inked Sean Barber, colored by Thiago Brando, edited by Jerry Hind and David McNeil. Lettering, Francisco Zamora. You see that name a lot in these indie books. He keeps very busy lettering. Francisco's own creator-owned Vulcan, Trials of Vulcan comic will be coming up in Thunder Zone. We have it as a backup story in the first issue of Junkyard Joe, which is available on the Kickstarter as an add-on, printer digital, on our current campaign. So yeah, Junkyard Joe #1 with a Charles the Vulcan from Francisco as a backup story in that issue. And this, trying to show some artwork here. Marvelous isn't really in costume on this one. Maybe at the end here. And as JJ Comics, in association with, I guess, Champion Comics. So that is #3. Markosia as Geek Girl. Here's Geek Girl #12, and here's Fake Geek Girl #1. Okay, let's see. Carlo Granda doing the art, and I really love his art. Sam Johnson doing the writing, Chunlin Zhao colorist, Paul McLaren doing the lettering. Trying to get some art here to show you. Guess if I was going to go mainstream artist to make comparisons for those who are mainstream fans, maybe Carlo Barberi meets Kevin Maguire. That's where I'm going to go with this art style. But it's really, really great. Whatever comparisons you want to make, I'll just say it's great art. I think he did the art in the other book too. Yep, same creative team rather. Yeah, Carlos just